Somebody wait, I'm here. I'm here. What are you talking about? We're here. We're here. We are still here with Benzie and Doomsy, and we had a couple of fucking absolute heart attacks. I wish you could have heard us screaming down the fucking microphone a few times. Oh,
so that when that capital ship uncloaked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Capital ship uncloaking. At the beginning of it, I could not believe when I thought they dodged the fucking question of the release date. I was screaming down. I was going, for fuck.
In fairness, they did. They have dodged it. We don't have a release date.
We don't have a release date.
Mid-August could be anywhere from the 10th to the 25th.
And then we find out they're like, oh yeah, mid-August 2021.
Don't.
They didn't say what year, man. They just said soon, and soon in gaming means
it actually
next year.
Mid-August 2020 was on the end screen.
God.
Oh, right. So we do have a lot of stuff we need to go over. If everyone wants to spam what they meant, spam their Discords, try to get as many people over here as possible, and we'll start the breakdown. All the information we have gathered. Right, so while we wait, what do you guys think about the mid-August? Are you guys happy with that? Are you guys not happy with that? How are we feeling on that chat? How are we feeling? They didn't answer our question about offline pilot being attacked. They didn't, but they did answer. They did ask me that before. They already answered me that previously, and we will be able to kill people on offline autopilot. They won't disappear. Sam Bridge, what's up, my man? Yeah, I can 100% confirm that there will be. You can kill offline pilots.
Thank God, because could you imagine if I could just like autopilot while I'm sleeping across the galaxy, nullsec to nullsec, and not worry about my, I don't know, Rorqual, if they ever fucking implement it, getting destroyed? That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, can you imagine? Like, you know what? I feel like I don't want to get blown up today while I'm playing the game, so I'm just gonna fill my entire Charon up with copious amounts of goods and go offline. Just like,
oh, you know what? That's a good. Wait, if they do
especially
add,
since it has notifications, they said when you reach your destination, you get a notification on your phone saying that your ship has reached its destination. Yeah, all you'd need to do is literally hit autopilot, close the game, wait until you get there, open it back up, and you'd guarantee your safety wherever you're traveling in nullsec, which is quite frankly bullshit. So I get what it is.
It's true.
And I think it's going to be fucking hilarious to drop an interdiction sphere somewhere, have someone get caught in it because they're fucking AFK, and then just blow their ship up slowly, piece by piece. I can't wait.
It's going to be great.
Had a little bit of a floorgasm.
Something I'm worried about is what happens if you're piloting a ship that requires a cyno to be lit in order for it to warp. Can you offline that?
I think that'll be no. I think that'll be a no-no. I'm pretty sure that'll be a no-no.
I hope so, because if someone's just like popping free cynos because they're offline, whew.
Yeah, I doubt that. Let's have a look at the videos. The video is up already, so we can actually.
Is it up on YouTube as well?
And
You can download it and splice it too.
We're not gonna look through it just yet. We'll do most of us, me and Benzie, will both be doing breakdown videos of the entire stream. So I'm not gonna waste the stream's time by going through copious amounts of it. Thank you for the follow, Earl Bean, and thank you for the follow, Muffet. So we're just gonna go over what we've seen, what pissed us off, because there was a few things that pissed me off. Like, pissed me off. Was there anything that pissed you guys off, Doomsy and? Thank you for the follow, DG Rage Riot. Thank you.
I'm a little miffed about the not showing the Yanjung weaponry and just leaving us in the dark on what they're firing.
Yeah.
I really want to know.
Thank you for the follow, the Englishman abroad. Just the same as me, I am also an Englishman abroad, and so is Benzie.
Yep, welcome from ahoy from Zimbabwe.
Ahoy from Spain. Thank you for the follow, Klemt. LGR, thank you for the follow. So what pissed you off, Dooms? What pissed you off? The ship weapon type, yeah? So...
yeah.
What could it be?
I mean, they've already touched... Well, so without getting too deep on it, because again, we don't have anything but canon details from EVE Online, but he did mention, Melos mentioned, and Sue mentioned that it is being based off of the lore from EVE Online. He said that their basis of it is from Fifth Element for the aesthetics, but
Yes.
that he did confirm that it is not a new race. It's been in the lore. It is being based off of the existing EVE Online lore for Yanjung, which means they specialize in shields and gravitronic weaponry.
Yes.
But that also puts them up as one of the 4 ancients, which is it's kind of scary to think, because I don't want to pin NetEase for this. I don't want to pin CCP for this, and then nepotism, favoritism. But they're designing this race off of Yanjung, which was designed to bring in the more oriental basis of players. They wanted more people from Asia to play the game. They wanted to appeal to them more. But they're also making a race that is the same as most of the developers' ethnic background. So any game that's ever done that, any game that is
Yeah.
building a race or an ethnicity around where they're from, generally ends up being really overpowered. I'm a little
Yes.
worried.
I agree. What I didn't understand is why they had to add in the fact that we're trying to be more versatile by adding an Oriental race, because there is at least one race in each faction that is Asian of some kind. In all of them.
Yeah.
The Amar have 2 Asian sides to their faction. So I'm not sure why they added that in there, like it was sort of, but I feel that that was appealing to the Chinese player base. That what they said there would be to appeal to the Chinese player base.
Which I guess makes sense for
Yeah,
CCP.
100%.
That's one of the big points here, that mobile gaming is absolutely massive on the Southeast Asian subcontinent, from India through like Malaysia, through China, Singapore, Japan. It's massive over there, much bigger than people mock mobile gaming over here in the West, just without realizing how huge it is that side. So of course it makes sense for CCP that they want to appeal to that audience. And that's not a bad way of drawing them in. I do agree that you don't want this to become some ridiculous overpowered bullshit. But then again, forgive me, my Eve lore is not as good as yours, Sovereigns. But something
Yeah.
like gravitronic weaponry, would that not just basically be the hybrid blasters? Are those not that same sort of thing?
Yeah.
My thought process for the Yanjung weapons and why they haven't talked about it is that, so Minmatar specialize in projectiles, but plenty have missiles. Galente specialize in drones, but plenty have like hybrids. Caldari have you get what I'm saying? There's a lot of crossover. There's not one race that has all of them. I can't think of any particular ship from one race that can use any weapon, has any bonus, any that has multiple. I mean, there's no Minmatar ship that gets bonuses for lasers, is there, or hybrid turrets? And there's no Caldari that gets bonuses for, say, drones.
Yeah, like see, there was already in EVE Online, there was gravitronic to do with the industry, which when we get to the industry part of the conversation, I'm gonna swear a lot, because something that pissed me off. But I don't want to move away from the weapons. I don't want to move away from the weapons talk. So I'm pretty sure the way that gravitronic weaponry would work. I mean, I don't see how it would work. The way that it functions is to pull stuff in, not push stuff out. Am I wrong in that?
What is the
No, you're correct.
So you've got rail guns, but what is the description for a blaster? The short range hybrid turret.
Oh,
because I'm sure that mentions gravitronic in the description.
Let me look.
That's a good shout. Webifier based weaponry. That's fucking weird. Can you imagine Webifier based weaponry? What if they're just E-War? What if their main weaponry is E-War?
That's where I was getting at. Is I'm getting the feeling that their weaponry is not going to be their strong suit, because basing off of them saying it's going to be a gravitronic utility focus with very impenetrable, like crazy good shields, that tells me a lot of things. Looking at the Triglavians, looking at Talican, looking at all that, it tells me a lot that maybe they don't have a weaponry strong suit. Maybe they just have the ability to get a little bit of a bonus in one or two fields, but I get the feeling they're not going to have a weapon that's like just theirs, that they're just good at.
That's what I mean. I'm imagining that, like, again, Minmatar, just off the top of my head, you get ships like the Thrasher that have bonuses to projectile turrets and the Talwar that has to missiles. There's no Minmatar ship that has bonus to lasers and none that have hybrid, as far as I can think of. I could be wrong. I get the feeling that these guys are going to have, like, a ship that can use lasers, a ship that gets explosive, a ship that gets missiles, that kind of thing. But the majority of the ships are going to have bonuses to E-War, like to Weber fires, that kind of thing. That would make sense to me. I don't know.
Yeah, but then, okay, just moving on for a little bit because I'm super excited about this part. And this part of the video they showed me, like, made my hair stand on end. I almost, like, fell off the chair when a fucking capital ship uncloaked.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
Here's where I think is where they're probably going to have something that's like theirs. I feel like only their capital is going to be able to do that.
I was sitting there, like, all the hairs stood up. I got a tingle down my spine, and it was like fucking. It was like watching Aragorn run off into the fucking orc horde. Like, I was just super excited just from an uncloaked ship. Like, it was like, what the fuck? Like, how do you feel about a capital ship being able to cloak? Like, they have Nesters are the only battleship that was in Echoes, I believe, that could cloak. But a capital ship being able to cloak, fucking jump on a mining fleet and just be like, fuck everyone.
Now, that's something that this is where I really get a strong sense that it's going to be utilitarian race, because if they have that capability and they're already known to have the ability to activate gates without a precursor gate, they can travel through Eve gates, pure conjecture, of course, and they can they have impenetrable shields. I really feel like they're going to maybe be. There's another ship that did this in Second Galaxy. It was one of the capitals that it could open a gate between multiple systems. That's what I think they're
like
going to be used for.
So like a bridge, a jump bridge, like they use with the Black Ops ships, Black Ops battleships.
I feel like they're going to be open. I feel like they're going to be like a gate ship, like a mobile gate.
Yeah, that could work.
That'd be cool.
I mean, they did mention, actually, I wrote down here, that the Yangjung will have much more advanced warping and jumping capabilities and technologies.
Oh.
So
there we go.
But they said that won't be introduced at launch. That will be reintroduced later on. But there is
because
that
Capital
aspect.
does it.
Because the Capital does it. So I'm guessing that will be a bridging ship. That Capital will be a bridging ship, which is cool as shit. I don't think it's a Capital ship if you compare it to the size of the battlecruiser in the same image. Yeah, I'd say it was a dreadnought. I would say it looked pretty fucking big to me. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, amen. I'm with you on that. That looked a big ship to me. That's way beyond the Hurricane. So.
Like the Hurricane, which is the BC, was like maybe what a 15th,
if even that.
Yeah, they wouldn't make it. Oof. It's like,
Yeah, that was a showcase of all of Youngjun. Go ahead.
Yeah.
A quick point here that just came to my head as well, especially since someone mentioned in chat, like, you know, this whole thing of, oh, it's supposed to be a superior race. Wouldn't this be the point? Like, of course, if the developers are of that, maybe they'd do this. It makes me think back to when Mists of Pandaria came out. Now, just the brilliant thing in World of Warcraft that we added a race of super rare pandas. There aren't many of them left in the wild. You know, it's a really rare, unusual thing. The Yangjung are supposed to be like this echo, I suppose, of a distant race. You know, so the remnants, the offshoot, they're rare. There aren't many of them. When this launches, almost everyone's going to be Yangjun.
Yeah.
90% of the player base.
Yeah, 90% of the player base, and then suddenly the Amar just aren't the Amar anymore. It's just one Amarian, and it will be me, and everyone else is fucking Yangjun, and you'll have one fucking Minmatar pilot. Benzie will be the one Minmatar guy flying around. Oh, and Savage.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And Savage.
No, Savage is getting booted from the Minmatar alliance.
That's not very nice. I'm just checking. Dega sent me a image somewhere. Was speaking.
whoisafish, you and I are friends.
Where is it? Where did he put it? Local chat. Oh, I see it there. Yeah, thank you.
we trust.
That is see, for me that is a fucking big ship. I don't see that being compared to the like what they called the battle cruiser there. The next up would be a battleship. It's maybe I don't know, a fifth of the size of the battle cruiser. So the like if we get this up, 1 second, I'll just bring it over to the actual stream.
What do you actually accept as a sub-capital or a capital though?
Capital would be Dreadnought and above.
And sub-capital?
Would be anything below a battleship.
Just saying, because they talked a lot about that in the stream, about like adding capitals and sub-capitals.
Do you guys? It's on the stream now. Do you think that's a capital ship? I'd say that's a Dreadnought, man. I'd say that's a Dreadnought.
Looking.
It's not showing for me.
Is it not coming up? It should be up there on the main screen right now. Just a big old
I've got
ship.
it on the stream.
Does anyone have it?
Hence the for me. Chat seems to be responding, so it's just me. I'm just refreshing. Oh, yeah, there we are. Yeah, to me, that's 100% like a dreadnought.
It's definitely
Those
a cap.
battleships, you don't know how far those are away in the background. Those could really be actually quite close.
Yeah, it's true. I feel like it's going to be a cat bridge ship. I just have a feeling that it's just going to be a bridge for bringing stuff in. But it can cloak, man. So. Like it's basically a blops but a cap. That's how I feel it's going to be. It's the only thing that EVE Online doesn't have, a capital. They don't have a capital cloaking at all.
Yeah, if this thing is not a dread or above, I will be genuinely shocked. Like everyone's saying in the chat, I'm not seeing any weaponry. I don't see any docking doors, so I don't think it's going to be a carrier. It cloaked, and it looks like it has some kind of interesting material, I would call it, on the top, that like metallic almost solar panel, but it's obviously not. It looks like either armor or perhaps a cloaking generator.
They stole our solar panels. I'm
but the theory here is, assuming that they do, like they said, and they do follow the lore, is that the Jung arrived through the Eve Gate eons ago, 15,000 years ago, blah 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 blah. Then they disappear out of nowhere. And the theory is that what's returning is not Jung anymore. It is what they are now that they've made their way back. Jung. Yeah, like the Triglavians and the Telecans and all that stuff. They've evolved differently now that they've been away from New Eden, and this is the result.
True enough. Right. So with the I just keep thinking, ever since they said fifth element, I keep thinking they're just gonna have some fucking woman sitting at the front of the ship and just with 4 elements just sitting there going, firing off an energy blast. Like
right?
that's all I can think of now.
That reveal.
Yeah, but like I was talking about it before. Like I spoke to Dega in quite a bit of length. I was like, this reminds me of like the fifth element with the structure, and then it reminds me of the Goa'uld from Stargate SG-1 in the way that. But if you look at fifth element and the Goa'uld, they're both ancient Egyptian mythology, like in their own ways. Like they're like the sort of pictograph stuff.
And that's a lot of gold.
Yeah, like
not so much Egyptian, but I'd be picking hairs if I start saying no, it's actually more Mesopotamian, or
Yeah.
I get what you're trying to say. I get the aesthetic you're trying to say, and not everyone's as much of a bloody pedantic twat as I am.
I don't even know what day it is, mate. So you got me there.
Now,
Sunday.
I do see on the back of the ship they did take a more like traditional Japanese, Chinese, or just Asian roof style for the top of it. How it curves down and droops, much like the dojos did. Yeah.
Yeah, no, well, I've just asked Fish if she wants to join us in the conversation. Get her in here.
Kill Bill 364, yes, we did. Omega looked at, what was it, 170 plex?
170 plex, which is, if you equate it to EVE Online, it would be $10 for 1 month. But plex is more expensive in EVE Online than if you paid monthly. Did you know that? Did anyone know that? So like, if you buy
'cause it's based on a
500
free market.
plex, yeah, if you buy 500 plex, it's more expensive. Oh look, hello Rex, thank you for the follow, sir. But if you in EVE Online, 500 plex will cost you around about it's like 16 euros for me. And if I paid for the like straight Omega, it's 10. So I was just like, posted a pic of that. We got a pic of that as well. Daga's doing all the work for me today. Beautiful human being.
I'm going to be really, as I said, I'm keeping an eye on the YouTube here, which is the only way I can rip that video and actually get proper screenshots of it. If you
Yeah.
can forward these to me as well, that'd be amazing.
Oh yeah, no, I'll forward them straight to you.
To me, I genuinely, and this is coming from a very honest place, I genuinely see no reason whatsoever that the amount you would pay monthly for EVE Online on PC is going to differ from the amount you would pay on mobile. Considering how CCP have been talking about this, how it's being marketed, all that kind of thing, I just don't see it changing. To me, it makes sense that it's the same.
Yeah. I don't mind that it would be the same, but I think it will be a little bit. I think it will be maybe between 5 and 7, just to see. Thank you, Tammy. Take it easy. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching.
Ciao.
So I basically, right. So we'll move on from this shit for the moment, okay? We'll move on from that shit. Get rid of that. That's gone there. And we're going to move on to the fact that they said expiration or some form of expiration will be on release, on launch, like which they said before there wouldn't be expiration on launch. They said they have relic sites or something or other along those lines. Was I correct when I heard that, or can someone tell me that I was wrong hearing that?
That's what I heard.
Or rather, what they said was they'll have relics for us.
Yeah. They have relics, and the only thing that I can think of in game with relics is expiration, I guess. Probably just similar to the Inquisitor sites, yeah, more than likely. Because I don't know, Inquisitor sites just feel like expiration anyway. Oh shit. Thank you for the sub, GT Merciless. Scared the absolute living shit out of me, but thank you very much. And my webcam has gone all blurry again. Piece of dog shit. There we go.
I don't think it's your webcam. I think it's just you occasionally phase in and out of focus.
I phase in and out of existence.
You've got the same defect that Bigfoot has. Bigfoot. It's not that people have crap cameras. It's just there is a big, large, out of focus monster running around the American wildlands.
you just called me a big, out of focus monster.
It happens every time you lean back or move your microphone too far into the focus. Your camera's getting more background than you, so it focuses on your background.
Let's try it again with that. He definitely called me a big monster. Yeah, I am Yang Jung, mate. That's who I am. I am Yang Jung.
Oh, the cloaked capital.
I'll sub if he dances. Drift Hacks will sub if I dance. I'm not dancing. Fuck that.
And also, hey Drift Hacks, thanks for calling me one of the top YouTubers for EVE. I can't even say it without laughing. Thank you.
Someone's been hanging out in the Pacific Northwest in his free time. Yes, sir, I have. I have indeed. Right, so moving on to offline autopilot. We already did that one. Did we complain about that? Did we complain about offline autopilot? Or did we agree with it?
I mean,
we agree with it.
It has its place, you know, for those people who are like, I can't afford to sit online and hit warp. But it also gives all those, you know, stationary gankers a right to live.
Yeah, but stationary gankers are bullshit.
I mean, it's better than gate bumpers.
True, but fuck all of them.
To me, it's a case of you're sitting on the can, you're doing your mining, and your boss actually knocks on the door and says, "Hey Jimmy, are you all right in there?" And you go, "Oh shit, I'm screwed. I'm not quite back at the station yet. I'm gonna autopilot while I walk back to my desk."
Oh shit! Yeah, no, like, can you?
I'll take it. You know,
I like that they have added it. It is really good. But if they added it with, I think it's fine. The fact that you can kill people on offline autopilot, that's fine. I'm cool with that.
I'm actually cool with that. Notification for that?
Yeah. You're just sitting there at work and you're in a meeting. I'm just going to offline autopilot to my nullsec space, and you're sitting there and your boss is talking in the background and you get a notification. your ship just got fucked, and you just have to sit
Can you
there
imagine?
happy.
So when
Well, here's
I used
something
to
that I
work a
think.
lot on my phone and do presentations off my phone. So can you imagine? I'm screencasting a proper presentation. I just get the
It pops up.
notification: your hurricane has been blown to fuck.
And you're sitting there just crying, like, "Oh my god, no!" Like, well, look, just you have to then continue your speech whilst also knowing the fact that you just lost your ship.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Here's something that I think would be something good to ask him if we get a chance in the next stream is, while you're autopiloting offline, does your ship have AI? Will it attack? Does it have the capability to flee while attacking? Is it just gonna die? Like if you get stuck, is it just gonna sit there?
Yes,
That's a
I
good
think
question.
what they said, they meant. I thought I saw the Eve Echoes chatbot actually say that ultimately your ship remains in space but on autopilot, like it would if you just log out.
Yeah,
If you
like
just
an
log out.
NPC. So I don't know. Maybe that's something that we can actually bring to them as a suggestion of a way for, like, if you have, say, for instance, a micro jump drive added to your Terra, or a micro jump drive added to your DST. If it could press it, if you hit a bubble and you start getting attacked, if you could press it automatically, maybe.
Dude, just pilot your ship using only high sec areas. It would be my
True.
response. If
True,
you want
it's true.
if you want autopilot, and you've got to get from A to B, take the long route round that stays in high sec, and if it goes into low or null sec, you set your destination at the last point. You do the low and null sec point manually.
Yeah.
There's a point where I have to sit there and say, you know what, look, you're already getting AFK mining in high sec thanks to there being no PvP.
It's very
We
true.
can't hand everything away.
Yeah, no, offline, I'm not. So I'm not saying that should be. I was being devil's advocate on the other side. Like, I don't believe that. I think they should all get fucked. That's my personal opinion. It's just one of us has to be a devil's advocate in this conversation. We can't all agree with each other, otherwise it wouldn't be a talk show. It'd just be, yeah, you're really good, mate. Yeah, no, your idea is fantastic, mate. And then I'm sitting here, everyone's stroking each other's EP, and like no one's arguing about shit. It's just
I'm disagreeing with you now, you big fuzzy.
no, but like it's true, big Alva, fucker. No, but like
stroke me, soft.
Stroke me. But I'm talking about like like you're disagreeing with not my feeling on the game. I was just throwing an opposite opinion out there. That's not my opinion. Is what I was saying, but you were correct.
If they totally lock down high sec, how am I going to sell mining contracts?
That's true.
I need to scam people for a living. It's my money.
It's your money.
You're
just
gonna
scam
have to
everyone.
take up a good, honest profession like piracy.
I haven't. I actually have been told that scamming will be against TOS.
Oh, come on!
Depends, I guess, what they mean by scamming. If it's going to be scamming, like scamming people out of real world money, fair point. If it's a case of, oh, please, yeah, bring all that ore and that juicily over to me right here, I'll pay you, honest.
You
want me, mum?
Corporation.
You want me, mum? Jesus Christ.
Is this a good segue then? Because we're talking about scams and we're talking about like different industries and that to now move into industry.
No, fuck you. Don't know. I forgot about it.
Yep.
I forgot about it. Chat, we do not want to talk about this shit.
Industry!
We don't
if we
want
don't
to
talk about that paywall.
Guys. Paywall.
I'm not convinced it is.
Before we start, I'm going to grab Fish in here quickly. Give me 1 second. Fish, can you say something in local chat on my TeamSpeak so I can give you the role? I can't seem to find you.
She's in one of the channels under RPG Fleet.
Oh, I got her. Thank you. Dunker. Right,
Drift, I can see you in chat. I can't respond in chat. No, I'm not sponsored. I just have contact.
Welcome, Fish.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Welcome. If I
Haven't
won't
died,
dance,
can't
what will I
complain.
do? Nothing. Right, so now Fish is here. Let's get to the important point, which I didn't want to bring up whatsoever. We 100% confirmed that according to the Omega picture, industry will be locked behind the Omega.
Is it confirmed?
It was written there, industry locked.
Yep.
Yeah, does that, honestly, now I'm playing devil's advocate.
Hey,
Does
guys.
that mean that
Hey, Fish.
everything's locked? Hey, Fish. Does that mean that everything is locked, the entire
Oh, that's
profession, or does
true.
it just mean
I
that
hope
you
it's not.
only get one slot and other people get, like, if you're on Omega, you get 3, and they just couldn't type everything out in what is ultimately a pre-release sneak shot?
Oh, just fucking, if like... But the thing was, everything else on there was very specific in what was blocked.
Yeah.
High tier ships, high tier blah blah skills, high tier and low tier, medium tier. There was very specific, and then it just said industry locked.
Locked.
Just the whole of the
Yeah,
entirety
I'm
of industry. It was weird, man.
I'm still with Nina though on this one. I don't think that it's all of industry that's going to be locked away. It'll just be it'll be parts of it that are locked away.
I hope that's the
even-
case.
even
I
then-
can't imagine they're going to screw it that hard.
That's still a risky play. They could have, if they wanted to do it that way, they could have said, "Hey, you know, Omega will grant you the ability to these skills that will give you more slots." They just said industry. They didn't. They had already covered. They took the time to say industry separately from the fact that they had already said tech skills, high tech. They had already mentioned that high tech skills would be blocked, and then they mentioned industry separately.
Yeah, they like Muffet just said the same thing when it said its tech is locked, meaning skills are locked. But like it was so specific. Like I really hope it's not, because I have a lot of friends who want to play free to play, who want to be industry. A lot of friends who want to do that, and this will fuck them. This will fuck a lot of people in Trimark. It will fuck a lot of people in opposing like an op force. Like it would just, it's gonna fuck a lot of people over who don't want to spend a lot of money. And it's a mobile game.
Yeah.
Industry is basically like, it's the mechanic that will relate most to mobile gamers in this MMO setting.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're
100%.
saying. I am wondering if it's almost going to be, in a sense, it's not necessarily a free game though. Like that might be kind of potentially one of the reasons is they're not going to be aiming this or positioning it as a free game. It seems as though like, did we find out the cost of the actual subscription for Omega? Did that get released?
Yeah, 170
Roughly.
Plex was on there. Roughly 10.
Yep.
10
And that
of
is-
anyone's.
Plex is on
Yeah,
Echoes.
it could be a different price of Plex on Echoes. Like, but going off of EVE Online, 170 Plex is 10. But if you bought like Omega separately, it's actually cheaper than if you buy it through Plex. So either or it could be.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know if it'll translate exactly the same. I'm assuming they would go similar. So what does that make it like as a subscription, like $10 a month?
Yes. Yes, it will, yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
Wait.
That's like a Spotify subscription.
Go From just said something that there was a second tier of Omega. I didn't notice that. Has anyone got a picture? Dega, did you get a picture of that, mate? Can we put it in the Discord for me? I've got it here. 1 second. I'll bring it over to the screen. Dega's a fucking animal. This is why we love him.
Screenshot quick king.
Like, he just, he reads my fucking mind most of the time.
Welcome to Zimbabwean internet. I was like 3 seconds behind you guys with buffering sort of every 15 seconds.
Okay,
Twitch
so
just doesn't work here.
430 plaques.
so what's this tier 2 thing he's talking about? I don't see it on there. Am I losing my mind?
Oh, see how on the left one it says basic, and the right one it says standard, and the price goes up.
Shit, there's 2 sets of Omega. What the fuck?
Yeah, and if you look, faster skill training,
faster
30
skill
plus
training,
5, 30 plus
25.
25. So it's almost double skill training speed.
Shit.
But industry does unlock on the cheap one.
And I do see that they only showed us what they wanted us to see because the list continues. It's just not scrolled up.
But can you see there's more industry?
Yeah.
The first one
What's
is
the
more
difference
industry.
on this price?
That's
one's almost
30?
$30.
Yeah. It's almost
That
double
could
EVE Online
be-
subscription rate. Jesus.
So if we go off of EVE Online, the Omega highest tier Omega, the standard one, is $30 a month.
That can't be right. I know a lot of people hate NetEase. They are not that. bad. $30 a month seems insane.
But the first one, if you
You're
look,
worried
go
about
on.
industry there. You're worried about industry there as well. I think that you're going to have industry unlocked to standard with the standard Omega clone, the basic Omega clone, and then I would imagine, looking at NetEase using things like Dawn of Isles as an example, the one below industry that's just off screen is just going to be additional slots. That it's basically you unlock industry with the basic Omega clone. The standard Omega clone then will give you additional industry slots and stuff like that. Looking at that as well.
Also, can you earn Plex like in the game?
Yeah, you can.
Through
Yeah, you can.
how? So that gives some positive sense, like, because I mean, for free-to-play players, they can technically earn Plex, right?
Oh, hey Rex, how's it going? Rex, can you answer a question for me, please? While you're in the chat, hopefully you can answer this question. How does this 170 Plex and 430 Plex relate to EVE Online in the way that is the Plex prices going to be roughly the same?
Oh, he said he's answering questions on Eve Talk at Discord.
Oh, okay. Eve Talk on Discord. Let's go have a look. Let's see if there's anything over there. Oh, okay. I know what he's doing. He's in
Let
the
me just
Eve Echoes
expand
Eve
my
Talks.
600 server list.
I've got so many fucking...
Yeah.
Right, I found it. Right, so there's all of this. So 430 is closer to $16 a month is what we're seeing here. So it's going to $15, $16 a month for the 430. But this is just guesstimating work. This is all guesstimating work. It's not going to be 30. Just the way that we were looking at it in the wrong way. We were looking at it in the way that the Omega 170 would have been for the 500. So we were just looking at it wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry, I completely disconnected on that bloody African internet. Quick rundown on what you just worked out there.
So the top end one will roughly be between 15 to 16, and the lower end one will be, I don't know, 4 or 5.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That fits in line with subscription services and things like Dawn of Isles, Black Desert Online, that kind of thing. So yeah, that seems likely.
It just
And
maybe.
Rex did say so you can buy Plus with in game. So
Yes.
I mean, that is a way for free-to-play players to be able to unlock those tiers.
If it goes in the way that EVE Online goes, that's a lot of playtime to get your free-to-play Omega. Depends how it works in the game, though, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, and we all saw the market at the beginning of the game in beta, and I feel like in the beginning is when the market is most malleable. So that's the time where people are going to rush in and try to make the most amount of money, it seems.
Yeah, no, I agree, but everything in the beta was sped up and we got more. So
That's true.
Like everything would have been a lot easier for us to get. It's hard to earn it in the beginning, it is, but here's the thing about Omega. It's hard to earn your first one. It could take you 1 month, it could take you 2 months, it could take you 3 months, depending on how often you play. But once you get the Omega, it's easier to keep Omega. That's how it works really on the thing. But it's the same. That's like every free-to-play model. As Rax has said, if you don't want to pay at all, you can earn your way up. If you want to make quicker progress, you have to pay via subscription, which for me is fine. That's like every mobile game ever. So like, for me, it's not an issue. Yeah, it is. Except for like I don't know, like if there's no free-to-play option in some games like World of Warcraft. It's different.
That's what I mean. If I'm playing World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy XIV online, which both are games that I've poured more hours than I'd care to admit into, not only do I pay £60 for the first version of the game, I then pay £60 for each expansion that comes out. You never have with EVE. You don't pay for the next patch when it launches. And if I can't pay my subscription for FF14, that's it. I'm screwed. I can't play for the next month.
Yeah, that's true.
Here, if I can't afford to pay, I can still play at a reduced
still play
level.
at reduced. That's very good. That's very good. That is a good point.
Better keep those alpha ships ready to go.
Yeah. Always have an alpha ship fitted in your fucking main station at all times.
Rifter Drifter, never a problem.
Right.
Rust!
So, Rex, I do have fucking Rust. Keep your fucking Mimitar bullshit out of here. Rex, I do have a question
Mimitar!
Oh god, you're all three of you are Mimitar bitches, aren't you? Jesus.
Yep. Outnumbered on
this
your own
this feels like the
stream,
Min
God.
Matar rebellion during my stream here. I'm just like the Amar sitting here going, the Joe fucked me.
I fly them all.
Right, Rax, I have one question for you. If you can answer it, can we gift Plex? That's a question that I would like to know.
He did just confirm in chat that player trading is in the game. It just wasn't working properly in the alpha.
So what? Player trading, they told me about 400 million times that just will not be in the game because they don't want RMT.
It says CCP Rax just said player trading is in the game. It just was not working properly in the alpha.
Well, thank fuck for that. Let me add that to the list. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. So player trading will be in game. That's quite cool. Player trade is in the game. But is he talking about Plex player trade or is he talking about player trade in general?
He just said player trading, but yeah, I feel better if we clarified that with him or with someone who can answer. I hope I'm not talking shit now.
Fucking Rex. No, it's like no.
He's over here calling people like, "Hey, is this still in the game?"
Is it like shit that Sue? Is it right? Do we have player trading? Shit. No, but basically, I will feel there will be Plex trading because that will allow whales to buy more Plex and sell more money and make more money for the game and give to court members. So I believe they'll be trading for that definitely.
Yeah, and I mean, without whales like that, the economy that is player based isn't gonna go too fast.
Fucking go from brings up the red dot, like the fucking red dot. Like, I don't see
Red
why that's
dot?
such a big deal. In EVE Online, if you have something new in your inventory, it comes up with a red dot now to let you know there's
Oh,
something
yeah.
new there. I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me. I'm fucking
No,
shit
sorry
with
for
chicken.
Crazy.
I see screenshots on Twitter of someone going, "Hey, rate my background and how I've laid out my apps," and they've got notifications at like 99 plus. I'm like, "Fuck you and whatever shit you say."
Have you noticed how Rax has stopped talking? He's vanished. He's off to fucking check. He's gone
Good
off to
point.
check. Right, so we'll move on from the Plex for a minute while we're waiting for Rax to come back with the correct answer. Is he going to say something? Nope. Next, we are moving on to... Right, so they've definitely said in the, oh, here we go, guys. I'm going to do a proper Q&A with the devs and NetEase's end, and then I'll give you a bunch of answers. Amazing! Thank you very much, Rex. Appreciate it.
Something important.
Yeah,
Something
go on.
important to mention for Rax, for everyone who's watching, is please don't pin the man to the wall if he comes back with a different answer.
Yes, basically don't CCP Rex. So every bit of information that I have gathered recently for all of my Q&As, for all of the dev talks, all of the questions, Rax and the NetEase team working together have been the ones to answer these things for us. They don't have to. Rax is doing it to help us out as a community. Like Rax does a lot of stuff, and I might sit there and spam him in chat like, "Yeah, so how are you doing? Where's my fucking answers?" But like he does get it sorted. So everyone should thank Rax for all the information that we've got from the NetEase team in a English version, so we don't have to worry about translation.
Thank you,
Agreed.
Rex.
I can actually attest to that because when I went over to FanFest, I met Rex first, and that was one of the biggest things I wanted to follow up is see how involved CCP and NetEase were together, and it's clearly, you know, an alliance. Like I look at them as two corps, and they're an alliance creating this awesome game. And Rax is responsible for making sure that NetEase brings true to the brand of EVE. So really want to thank you for all the hard work you guys are putting in. Definitely looks like the dev team's a little tired. They got the panda eyes going on, but you know, people are kind of saying 3 months is a really long time. I think that's going to go by in a blink of an eye. Like we've waited this long, we can wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, no, I'm completely agreeing. Complete in agreement with you. Everything you said, amazing. Rax for president, Rax for CSM 2020. Hail Rax, Rex, Caldari Rax.
Ragnarok.
Does that mean Rax is going to throat punch someone from NetEase if they don't deliver?
Well, I definitely heard that.
I was gonna say, we should. I don't think Echo should have the CSM. I think they should do their own brand of like something better than Stellar Management. I don't know of a name, but I don't know. I think it'd be cool for Echoes to have its own version. Bye, Rax.
Major. Oh, okay. Take it easy, Rex. Thank you very much. Let me know about those answers so I can put it into a video. Thank you. Love you. Bye. Right. So with the CSM thing, I'm on the fence about the whole thing with the CSM. I like the idea of CSM. I just believe it's been watered down in EVE Online. I don't think it works anymore.
Yeah, and plus the name Stellar Management, like I just think EVE Echoes could have a more badass name.
Yeah, it's a bit old school in the way it's written. No sovereignty at first, that's a big point. Big point. That's another one. JB, that was my next point. You just fucking jump in the gun, you bastard. So no sovereignty on launch. They want people to be able to build up their alliances, their corps to a certain point, so people at the beginning can't just go fucking jump straight in and grab space and fuck everyone else. You've seen it in, I mean, anyone who played Stellaris on mobile, Fish did it, Dega played it with me. Everyone rushed into space first day, grabbed everything up, and no one got anything. So like the bigger corps, my corp, for example, on server 3, we took a massive part of space. You had LGC, OpForce took a massive part of space, and we all had it on day one, and then no one else could do anything until we quit.
Kill Bill, sovereignty is the thing. If you've ever watched like the EVE adverts where they talk about how your actions in the game can change the shape of the universe, it's the idea that when you go out into an area of space, it's claimed by a particular corporation or alliance, and you are in their space, not just one of the 4 main empires. So yeah, as they're saying, it's a good thing, in my opinion, that this is not in straight off the bat, because it just becomes a clusterfuck of who gets there first.
It's like what we were talking about during the pre-stream thing, where we were talking about having a nap for a few weeks to a month to 2 months to allow everyone to build up to fuck each other over in the end.
Additional storage capacity received.
Thank you, Voxel, for the 100 bits. Thank you very much. Thank you. So it's like that's pretty much how it would work. What do you guys feel? Okay, now we have more people here, and we have more people. Do you think that the corp limits being 200, coming from the co-founder, co-leader of the largest alliance in EVE Echoes currently, how do you feel about the 200 limit?
I think it's good because it does exactly what we are here for. It prevents that massive donut from forming. At least permanently. It makes it so that it's an alliance donut, which is nice because it puts us in a position where we're forced to create multiple corporations. And
yeah,
I'm okay with that because if content slows down, I've got someone to punch.
I'm just going back to that point. So what Doomsy is actually talking about is that he was saying during the... So Doomsy, now we have some more people here and we have some people listening and talking and blah, blah, blah. Why don't you explain what opposing force is and what they're made for about this kicking people and killing them thing for content?
Absolutely. So OpForce, the opposing force, we're an alliance, but we're formulated off of the collective efforts of several other smaller corporations. We all work together for a simple concept. We're a multi-gaming community, multilingual, and we want to prevent large donuts. And what we mean by that is we want to prevent one alliance, one corporation, one group of people from just dominating a server, dominating the game. We are all about good sportsmanship, having fun, but blue donuts is like the one thing we exist to stop. So what he's saying is like we're a massive alliance. We come in and we're probably going to make 5, 6, maybe 7 corporations. And yeah, we might work together. But if we become that blue donut, if we become that force that is just so huge, no one can really challenge us without either A, dumping a bunch of money, or B, creating a blue donut of their own. We ourselves would probably break in half and fight each other. That's just what we're there for, because we want...
That sounds for me. That sounds fucking mental, but I love it.
We want the content because we've seen time and time again. That's how we came together. Is we a lot of guys who were just coming together like, God, I'm so sick of this XYZ alliance. They just took it over and we can't do anything. No one can fight them. And that's really what we're about, is like creating that content by preventing that blue donut. And I mean, we're not enemies. We're not going to like hate each other afterwards. We're just going to punch each other until one is smaller and then move on to the next big person to punch.
That's the thing about mobile gaming, like, because mobile gaming is the only form of gaming that I have personally witnessed that actually comes together as a group on a server and says, we don't want to kill the server outright. Let's figure out how to not kill the server.
Yes.
Mobile gaming is the only one that's ever done it. Like, you go onto PC games, it's like, fuck everyone, we're killing the entire fucking game. It's just like, what?
It's mainly because in PC gaming, they don't have like a mobile gaming where once a server starts slowing down and reaches a lull, they just like smash two servers together and see what happens. And that's mobile gaming 101.
That's pretty
but in
cool.
PC, they'll just introduce some new mechanic and see how many people exploit it. But yeah,
That's very true. You know, I do think it's going to be fun to have players who have a good attitude about PvP, because I mean, you learn a lot when someone loses their ships and like how salty they get. And I think it will be cool to play against. I mean, I can't believe you basically just called your team the Blue Donut. That's let's see how that goes.
It's a large coordinated team. They have officers for fucking everything. I have personally played with them in other games, and it's like walking into a goddamn fucking. It's like being back in the military, man. It's insane sometimes.
Now, but while you're saying that, it's important to note, Op Force is not like in that sense. We're not gonna like string someone up for not following our strict rules and reporting on time on their movements. No. We're very laid back. We're just friends, hanging out.
Dude, I wish I could have gotten a recording of you just saying that in that accent. That was hilarious. Follow the rules. Yeah, I think
It'll be in his mods.
You guys are a solid team. I know you guys have pretty big, expansive network there. So in terms of other games, I mean, I call you guys OP Force, because it kind of sounds like OG, but you guys say Op Force. I don't know. Have you guys, like, what is your team doing in terms of getting ready for Echoes?
It's classified.
You know what? I got asked the other day. I actually got a message from someone saying that they wanted to figure out. They were like, right, so I want to find out what your corp's going to be doing. I want to figure out what you're like, so we can all find out what each other are doing during it. I was like, mate, if you've never been around EVE players before, no one will ever tell you what exactly they're going to be doing.
Yep.
When you set up, like, why are you even asking me? Yeah, but that's what he said. He asked all those questions. Where are you going to be based? What's your corp going to be based around? Are you going to be industry? Are you going to be hauling? Are you going to be doing blah blah? And I was just like, mate, I'm not telling you shit. Like, I'm not telling. He goes, oh, I guess as much, and then just stop talking to me.
Like, as a YouTuber, it's even worse. You're a content creator. You're already out there. People are going to fuck you up just to be able to say that they did. So yeah, no, go away. Stop asking. Doom, can I ask a quick question? Sorry, talking about content there. You mentioned that obviously you would break up a blue donut for content. Are you guys like? Have I missed out on following another EVE Echoes channel here?
What, on YouTube as a content creator?
Yeah.
Oh no, he will be. Odoomsy will be. There'll be big things coming from them later on in the future. They're working on some stuff, and we're also working on some stuff together.
Ace.
So what I would like to do, while we have Fish here, who's a content creator, Odoomsy will be a content creator, Benzie is a content creator as well. I'd like for the EVE Echoes content creators to work together and not trying to fuck each other, as in every other game that has ever been about, and creators. I think it'd be better for everyone to not like give each other shit. There has to be some sort of competition, otherwise it won't work. But
100%.
just not fuck each other over.
Then all you need to do is denounce the Amar Empire, join them in the car like the rest of us, and we'll get on fine.
Oh,
You argue with that logic, dude. I mean, that's like solid logic right there.
God-fearing, slave-using laser monkey.
Yeah, but it's like, first I'm like an out-of-phase monster, and now I'm a That was very descriptive.
Slave monger.
Slave mongering, laser pushing peddler.
Laser monkey.
Dispensing gratitude.
Thank you for the subscription, GIF tags. Thank you. Your lust for
Defector.
Rust is too much, mate. My only Rust. Fuck Rust, man. Fuck the Mimitar. Fuck their ships. They look like shit. Apart from the
And
Hurricane.
there we go. Every time I
Or
see
blue, they
Sovereign,
said,
you are
mid-August,
ganked
right?
to shit.
What did you say, Fish?
Oh, I was just answering one of the guys' questions. They said, did they say something for June 5th? And I said, no, mid-August.
Sovereign was big on his June 5th, weren't you? In a couple of your videos, everything seemed
Yeah.
to point to it, and then they turned around and said, "Oops, no."
Yeah, straight away, like instantly, I got a DM straight after. As soon as I put that video up, they were like, "It's all a coincidence." I was like, "What?"
Sure,
I was like,
sure.
they were like, "It's all
Oh,
a
I
coincidence."
saw that post. I saw that post on Reddit
Coincidence?
when you first posted about the new race, and someone was like, "No, it's not real. It's clickbait."
It was like a lot of people have said that I clickbait, but I try my goddamn hardest to stay away from clickbaiting. Like I really do.
Mate,
Try harder than I
What
do. Apparently, you have a clickbait
What?
filter.
What clickbait do
One-
you use? I've never seen any.
I don't know, but I've been accused that I'm the guy that's known for clickbaiting according to Reddit, which is why I don't fucking post on Reddit anymore, because fuck them.
Bullshit. The average IQ of collection on Reddit is basically like a spoon you pull out of the floor. I mean,
Reddit-
it's not like base decisions off of people's content on Reddit. I don't know. I think Reddit's a poor source for news. I will say, I think a lot of the EVE content creators should band together because the content is really what helps allow the stories to sing. And I don't know, it's just kind of like, you don't want to have that blue donut of media because we've seen in EVE Online, there's, not many
Imperium
channels for a bunch of
Talking
news.
stations.
And it makes for kind of boring news, kind of yawn fest. So,
Well, because there's
having
no opposing opinions, I guess is what you're saying. There's no opposing opinions in the news, like from one side of the war to the other. You've just got one guy giving the news about their side, which is Goonswarm mostly. I mean, you've got Talking Stations, which is very neutral in the way that it gives its news. But then the biggest news network in EVE Online is Goonswarm's news network. It's like... It's kind
And
of...
imagine
Fail.
that your country has one state broadcaster, and
Yeah.
you kind of get where that goes. The thing is, well, mate, Reddit has a hard-on for hating on content creators. They all want to celebrate and use your content, but they don't want you to ever talk about it because that's self-promotion. Anything that you do or say is going to be clickbait. Heck, I got told off that putting my face or my logo on a thumbnail made it clickbait. Okay, some of the old ones did have me doing a cringy gasp face, but that was more just for the shits and giggles. I found it hilarious. But no, as soon as you say, "What's this?" on, you put a question mark on a thumbnail and it's clickbait to some people.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I don't
isn't the
understand
point
it,
to be
but...
rating clicks?
We are being followed.
can you
Thank
click
you for
on
the
it? It's
follow,
clickbait.
Nomics.
Flying drones.
The other half of Fish, thank you for the follow. So what Voxel's just said, Voxel, I'd like you to come onto one of the Echoes Talk shows as well, because we need a different...
We are being followed.
Voxel followed. We need different people from all over the world in content creation. I've been following Voxel's videos, even though I can understand a little bit of German. My dad was born there. He spoke German with me growing up. I learned German in school. I know high school German, but like it's hard to understand a lot of the stuff that he says in his videos. But his content is really good.
Being followed.
Thank you for the follow, Marco Polo Darkstar.
Podcast?
Yeah, like do a podcast type thing where that's what I wanted Echoes Talk to be. It's the reason why I created Echoes Talk. It wasn't just a news outlet. It was for all of us content creators and alliance leaders and corp leaders, CEOs to come together and give their opinions. It's the reason why I created Echoes Talk. The reason why I've even created a stream. Otherwise I wanted to drop streaming because I was just playing single player games and stuff on there, and it was just... I just felt like I play single player games to get away from everyone. And then I was streaming it, and this is what I would like it to be. I'd like for all of us to come on and just talk shit to each other. No one get butthurt about anything unless they talk about Mimitar, because fuck them.
Out of focus, God-fearing, slave-using laser monkey.
It's not very nice.
Laser monkey.
You fucking laser monkey.
You know, I
If your
love
name
you,
in
John.
game is not Laser Monkey, I'm gonna be a little sad.
Why? I'll have a character named Laser Monkey just for you guys. Just for you guys.
Oh, speaking of, I think this is just conjecture for you guys who are doing content creation. I'm probably gonna have an account that's outside of the alliance entirely, and just like a camera account just to record fights.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's going to work in this one. I know in EVE Online they do that a lot, and it's really fucking cool. I hope it works in this, because that would be amazing. Like I wanted
I
to
hope
do
so.
that for the so the tournaments I'll be creating with the Plex rewards and the ISK rewards with these massively run tournaments where we do like football, like World Cup, from 500 pilots to 2. Basically, we'll do it in that sort of way. And I don't know if we'll do monetary prizes or Plex prizes or ISK prizes, depending how it works. Kaizen, thank you for the follow, my friend. Thank you. But if we do it that way, it's like... Katoom, thank you for the follow. I believe that will bring a lot of the community back together, and I hope that if you do have the camera, that you can do like the camera account, that will make for good footage for the whole tournament. It'd be really good. We should definitely talk about that, because I will 100% like some help on that one. OBS represent.
We are being followed.
Thank you for the follow, Snitch Babo, Mr. Spoink. I didn't think you went on Twitch unless you were doing videos.
I might have been promising people that he'll do a dance if we can get enough
Oh,
follows.
for fuck's sake. No! No!
Good. No, let's one up
what is this?
I think that if Sovereign gets enough of this, rather than just a pansy little dance where he's just going to shuffle and be out of focus, why don't we get him to do Minmatar throat sing?
Oh, I don't even know if I can do that.
My point entirely. It's just going to be hilarious to watch you try. Or heck, he has to create a Minmatar character. or the evilness.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is something I'd like to see. Is these kind of, I'd love to see these kind of motivations for like events in game, like on a stream, like XYZ whatever, and we'll go burn Jita event, but in low sec, since we can't do it in high sec.
Yeah, how do what's it gonna be? Burn fucking. What's the most Tama? Burn Tama is gonna be the new fucking Eve Echoes burn event. Just fly into Tama and fuck it. Like,
Burn Op Force, come for me.
Yeah, burn Up Force. Like, right, where's Up Force gonna be based?
Oh, here, there, a little bit there.
Damn it! I tried, boys. I tried.
We're gonna be based in Redacted.
I know.
Received. Dispensing gratitude.
Thank you so much, Sam, for the sub. Thank you very much. Thank you. If
there we are, Minmasov.
Can you? All right. So, if by release, oh god, I'm not gonna do it. I can't do it. I can't run a Mimitar. I can't do it. I'm not gonna say anything.
If you run a Minotaur, I'll run an Amara.
They
And
go
I'll
from.
go Galenti.
Oh no, I have to go Amar, man. I have to be a god-fearing, like anti-fuzzy. Just fuck the Mimitar, man.
If you go Amar, I'll go Amar, and then spread Minmatar propaganda every day in your general chat.
Oh yes.
You'll be there in your nice shiny ship and be like, yeah, but have you heard about Rust?
Have you heard the Rust?
Have you heard of our God, Lord, and Savior, the Rusty Trusty?
The Rusty Trusty. Fan-feckin-tastic. The Rusty Trusty. 50
Omen with projectile turrets.
Oh no. Oh. I'm gonna when I make a video out of this and I'm editing, that's getting fucked off. That is not getting in the video. That's not getting in the video.
Every time we run a video, I'm just gonna run an Amara battleship with rockets.
He's already censoring us.
Censor. Well, I'm gonna have to now the Eve Echoes is no longer gonna be censored in chat. I've got to censor you guys here. Like, someone needs to be censored. That's all I know. Mimitar Bank Rust Insurance.
We're being oppressed. We're being oppressed.
Be oppressed. Right, so I think we actually went over. Is there any questions you guys have for any of us in the chat? We'll be more than happy to answer your questions. I have to cut it short soon, but we'll do maybe 25 minutes of question time if you guys have any questions for any of the content creators here. Where is a savage
every
when you need one?
every time someone says savage, I get a little like, I guess like prickly because my name used to be Savage. I'm like, why are they talking about me?
Because you are savage. What have the Amar ever done for us? Pods, mate. Pod technology. Immortality. Did they confirm
Outta
also space
here.
travel? Space travel. Space travel. My man, it's a deal. Make this a regular thing. This will be a regular thing. So Echoes talking about like creators and stuff will be every Saturday at 8 p.m. UTC. Every single Saturday at 8 p.m. UTC, we will do an Echoes talk. So this stream will be every week. If it's something that like would be pushed further, some more days in the week, we can do some other things. This will be a thing that we can talk about. I can talk with the other creators as well. Maybe we can come up to an agreement on doing some things. I have been speaking to Odoomsy and Fenrir from our opposing Up Force Alliance, where there's some things we have in the works for everyone, so it'll be quite good. Will you guys be streaming or making videos afterwards on YouTube? Yes, I will be.
Yeah.
Everyone will be. I think everyone. Oh, Doomsy as well. Better be starting to make some content. I know he can do it. He's got to do it. Fish is working with Talking in Stations. Thank you, the Quackinator, for the follow. I mean, everything that I do here and everything that we do on my channels, I'm very new to all of this stuff. So we're just learning how to do it. We're just setting set up. So if there's anything that's fucked up, just bear with us on that. We're working on it. Everything's going to be okay.
I say one of my biggest goals as a content creator is I really love the cinema and, you know, the dramatic trailer type thing that they did today. I just like the characters, and I really would love to be able to feature different corps and their stories and hear, you know, to take a collective feedback from players. And again, not just have it all on one side. It's easy to get stuck on that one side, but it would be really cool to highlight different players' stories, even get some like cinematic music in there, you know, maybe even make it like comic book style. But I just thought it would be, what better way to like really honor the game with the stories that we experience in them, because this is a place where mistakes become stories. And that's why I think it's such a unique environment that, you know, I just want other people to be able to share that same experience.
It's very true. In complete agreement. Like, I really wanted to do when the game launches, I will be working on custom lore series for characters and for corporations and alliances, depending if they want to do and work with me on that. That'll be something that I will be doing. We have some questions in the chat right here. So how does everyone feel about the level progression? How do you feel about the tier progression? Is it something you guys like?
We don't really have a whole lot of clarification on it in
No.
reference to how it was in the alpha. So I mean, if it's the same as the alpha, I think it needs to slow the hell down, or Eve is going to get really chaotic really fast.
And also the tier system tech levels, as Dega has said, was part of the Omega. So like there was a block off on the tier for Omega, so you'd be stopped at some point to gaining any more tiers.
Snitch Baboo said we got Snitch Baboo. We got a lot of free SP though in beta and alpha. I'm kind of even wondering if the people who had SP to start with, maybe they in some way were kind of measuring the difference on what it's like for people to have a boost. So people who do pay, I wonder if they were able to kind of compare the two to see how far ahead or how big of an advantage you get if you do go with the Omega versus free play.
100% agreed, and that's always been my point whenever anyone asks, oh, but we got all this in the beta. The beta was sped up, and I believe it was sped up to Omega level of speed, in my opinion.
It was beyond that. I mean, heck, the amount of times that they just went, oh, by the
2
way,
million.
here's 1 billion skill.
2 million SP.
Just like, oh, hey guys, it's Christmas Day. Hey, it's Christmas Eve, guys. Hey guys, just because, here's 2 million SP. It's like,
I think I liked the tier system. I know a lot of people have been a bit against it. It's savage. But like the idea that...
Yes.
The idea that, like, I went back to EVE Online after years of not playing it after the beta closed, and I sat down and I thought to myself, shit, if you're a brand new player playing this and you open up the ship trees, it's just everything everywhere all at once. Echoes does that thing, a bit gates it. You get a certain amount of ships released at a certain point. That idea that you can, you can now fly destroyers, means you have to learn a little bit about the game before you can suddenly just... Who was it earlier mentioned, you know, oh yeah, I got given like 8 billion ISK, went and bought a load of stuff and then got blown the shit out of the sky.
Yeah, no, that happens. I'm hoping that it will still be along those lines when we reach the next one. I really do. Just to answer a few quick questions from Voxel. So the max ship size was battleship right for the release. I heard personally that there would be no battleships in the release on the launch. I might be wrong, but I heard him say under battleships, sub battleships. Am I wrong? Did I hear that wrong?
I mean, hell, even if they're in there, considering no one reached them in the beta with that speed up, it's still going to be a long time before we get.
Well, one of my members made 2 battleships and flew one and got killed. He made 2 bar guests, the 2 frying pans. Will you guys be streaming or making videos afterwards on YouTube? Yes, we will. My question is, Sovereign, what will your corp be doing? What will your ultimate goals be at this moment in time? I am still working on that because Dagar fucked me off and just wouldn't let me. He wouldn't help me. So everyone should like spam Dagar in Discord and say you're a prick. Next question on here. Aside from pods, space travel, weapons, ships, trade, and missions, what have the Amar ever done for us, you prick?
Nothing, I tell you.
Literally, he just threw an entire fucking sketch at me, and I did Monty Python sketch, and I just fell straight into it.
I had a question. Someone's asking about skill injectors, if there was any talk about skill injectors.
There wasn't in the actual stream. We got nothing on skill injectors. We know they'll be there. In what capacity? We don't know yet. It's something we have no idea. There will be extractors and there will be injectors. Whether you need extractors for injectors is up in the air right now. We have no idea. What's your agenda, Sov? My agenda is to own the universe and get Akira into opposing force and fuck them over.
To stay in focus for longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know why that's happening. I think it's I don't know, that never normally happens. Also, did we hear anything about clone bays? Yes, I know about clone bays. Sorry, go on.
It's happening because your camera can detect that you're losing focus by trying to oppose the opposing force.
Oh, for fuck's sake. We've got an RP here. Everyone jump ship. Role playing. Also, did we hear anything about clone bays or jump clones? Jump clones will be a thing. Clone bays, they mentioned something about it being a module in like player stations and corp stations, but I don't know anything other than that. Nothing about clones that we know about so far. 100 Rifter to destroy. Any other questions down here? Okay, many thanks to Who's the Fish, Captain Benzie and Sov in RPG. Much love for the content, especially the Benzie videos and recent Sov stuff. OBS. Thank you. And I'm sure Benzie wants to say thank you and Fish wants to say thank you as well.
Thank you very much.
You got it, dude. I think the more content we can all collaboratively make, the better that this game is going to be as an experience for everybody.
Agreed, 100%.
Absolutely.
Mark,
Thank you guys for absolutely. Thank you guys for checking in. And this is my first time kind of like coming out from behind the curtain. I've been preparing with Op Force and Eve Echoes for since the alpha, and before that I've been playing Eve for years and years and years. So get used to me.
Well, you're definitely welcome to come on to ECHOESTALK whenever you want. That goes for all of you as well. Every Saturday we'll be doing it. If you'd like to be there, just give me a shout. You have the roles now. You can just jump in and start screaming, "Ahoy there, Captain Benzie here," or anything along those lines. Or like, "Come in, Fish, you're always welcome here." I think we're gonna have to cut it short now because I think my girlfriend's gone into labor, so I'm gonna have to go. Okay, she's getting some pain.
Congratulations!
Right. Maybe.
Good luck.
We'll see. Maybe congrats. Okay, so I gotta go, guys. Thank you very much for everyone coming. Thank you for all the subs. This will be every Saturday, 8 p.m. UTC. Thank you for Fish, for Benzie, and for Odoomsy coming on to ECHOESTALK this week. You are more than welcome to come at any other time. Hopefully you'll all fly safe, and we'll have more information over the week. And make sure to follow for next Saturday. Fly safe.
Follow, donate.
Woohoo!